Golf Central Update. Brought to you by TaylorMade.
Welcome to this Golf Central Update. Steve Burkowski with you as the Arnold Palmer Cup is slated for July 3rd through the 5th at Lahinch Golf Club on the west coast of Ireland. But in these unprecedented times, we don't know if the matches will go on as scheduled, be postponed, or canceled because the pandemic is affecting so many lives around the globe, and there are certainly more pressing issues than golf. However, we'd like to recognize the accomplishments of these college golfers since last summer and during this college season. Today, we will reveal the remaining players who qualified and will be selected for the Arnold Palmer Cup. Let's announce the United States team, where I'll be joined in just a matter of moments by head coaches Alan Bratton of Oklahoma State and Dan Brooks from Duke. The team will be comprised of 12 men and 12 women, 6 of which are automatic qualifiers and the other 6 who are chosen by the committee. Here are the automatic qualifiers on the men's side, starting with John Augenstein, a senior from Vanderbilt. He played on the Palmer Cup team in 2019. Garrett Reband, a senior from the University of Oklahoma. He's joined by Cooper Dawsey, a senior from Baylor, and another senior from the University of Oklahoma, Quade Cummins, who's back on the Arnold Palmer Cup team for the second consecutive year. Evan Katz, a junior from Duke, and rounding out the 6, William Mao, a freshman from Pepperdine University. Now the committee selections on the men's side: Ricky Castillo, a freshman from Florida, John Pack, a junior from Florida State, and Davis Thompson, a junior from the University of Georgia, were all selected on March 4th. Joining them will be Pearson Coody, sophomore from the University of Texas, Andy Ogletree, a senior from Georgia Tech, the reigning U.S. amateur champ. He was a coach's selection, and Zach Zedeker, a senior from Delta State, a Division II choice. So those are the men's selections. Now let's see who are the automatic qualifiers on the women's side. We will start with the freshman from Wake Forest, Rachel Keene. Kenzie Wright, senior from the University of Alabama. Julia Johnson, a junior from Ole Miss. Addie Baggerly, a junior from the University of Florida. Latana Stone, freshman from LSU. And Allison Gear, a senior from Michigan State. Now for the committee selections on the women's side: Amelia Miliaccio, a junior from Wake Forest. Caitlin Milligan, a junior from Oklahoma. And Caitlin Papp, a junior from Texas. They were all selected back on March 4th. Joining them and rounding out the American team will be Jamie Jacob, a senior from San Marcos State, Gina Kim, a sophomore from Duke University, and Megan Scopel, a freshman from Auburn, and a coach's selection. There you have it, the 24 players representing the American teams, now going to be joined by the coaches Dan Brooks and Alan Bratton. And Alan, let me start with you. So much has changed over the last few weeks with the cancellation of the college golf season, which led to some seniors rethinking their plans for the coming months. What type of impact has that had on the team that we just announced?
Well, first of all, it's great to be on, to have something positive to talk about in these times, unprecedented waters we're in. It's great for the Palmer Cup that those guys have decided to play. It's great to have a true ranking like it is, where you had some guys that would otherwise be turning pro and passing on this opportunity. So certainly strengthened the team, and a great honor to be able to recognize those guys for their accomplishments over the last year.
Dan, what stands out to you as you look at this group the Americans have assembled?
Well, I think we have a great mix of players, and I second what Alan said, that it's just so great to be looking forward and not looking at the 4 walls in your house or your living room or whatever. But we've got a great mix of people that have been involved with the Arnold Palmer Cup, and players that have played, big time golf. And then we also have some freshmen that are in here that are doing some amazing things. And on the women's side, golf is getting so much tougher year after year that you have to pay attention to the freshmen because they really take care of business. So I think we have a great mix.
Dan, as the lead up continues until early July, and you just alluded to it, things have changed for all of us. What are some of the things you will try to do in creating some team bond and camaraderie between this group?
Well, it took me about an hour and a half to get ready for this call, all the technology and everything. So I'm not great. I'm going to do the best I can, but we'll definitely get connected somehow. We may do some Zoom calls, and I'm going to encourage them to maybe increase their versatility around the greens. Maybe they can add one club, maybe two clubs to their arsenal. But we'll definitely connect.
Alan, is such an intriguing dynamic with the Arnold Palmer Cup of a men's coach and a women's coach for you two, both on the American team. What do you look forward to when you're going to work alongside your cohort, Dan Brooks, arguably the greatest women's college golf coach of all time?
Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be chosen to be a part of the leadership of this group, and how lucky am I that I get to stand alongside and spend time with a legend in coaching in Dan. So I got to know Dan when I was actually coaching our women's team for a couple years, but never got to work closely with him. Obviously, we were competing against each other. So I'm really looking forward to that time, to learning from somebody that's won more championships than probably anyone in golf coaching right now. So it's going to be a real treat to spend that time in Ireland with him and these great players.
Dan, you've been a college golf coach at Duke since 1985. How have you processed and dealt with the abrupt end of the season as you guys are the defending national champions and we're looking to go back to back?
Well, before I get to that, I would just like to say that I am extremely excited to be working with Alan. The level of play before he ever became a coach, and then the things he's done as a coach are incredible. And I very much look forward to being a part of this whole event with Alan. This has been a weird time. We had our team was really having a great spring. We won in Palos Verdes, so we felt great about that. And then to have it come, cut short, it was very disappointing, as it was for everyone. So, not much more you can say about it. They're all home doing their academics online. And we keep going, and we cross our fingers and hope this Arnold Palmer Cup takes place.
Alan, in a similar vein, what does it mean for these young men and women to have that opportunity for one last chance to be together again in the Arnold Palmer Cup?
Yeah, I mean, right now that's something to look forward to. You don't know when they're going to get to play, so you've got a reason to get out there and practice. And I think an extra pride, if this is one of the first events that come back, an extra pride in playing for your country and being a leader in the game. This is your only opportunity for the remainder of the year to play on a team. So hopefully that's an extra pride and ownership that those guys and girls will take in their preparation if we're fortunate enough to get to compete.
And one of those players having that extra sense of pride, John Augenstein, a senior from Vanderbilt, making his second consecutive appearance in the Arnold Palmer Cup. He joins me now, the three-time All-American from Vandy, the runner-up in the U.S. Amateur last year. John, what does it mean to you to have the opportunity for a second straight year to be part of such a prestigious event?
Hey, Burko. Yeah, it's a special event. And, I think anytime that you're able to play an event that has Mr. Palmer's name on it, it really means a lot and everything that he stood for. So, the Arnold Palmer Cup was an awesome event that I was fortunate enough to play in last year, and I'm very excited to be a part of it again this year.
We talked with the coaches about, obviously, so much has changed the past couple of weeks, including the cancellation of the college golf season. What went into your decision in particular as a senior to make yourself eligible to be part of this team again?
I think, kind of like Coach Bratton said, with everything that's gone on and in these unfortunate times, I think that it makes a lot of sense to, hopefully have the opportunity to play another event. We don't know if that'll be like you said, it could be really cool if that's the first event back. And even if it's not, it'll still be a very special event to play in. And so I think that just kind of talking with some of my peers, I spoke with Andy Ogletree and Quade Cummins some, and we just both talked about how it would be pretty special to play again, and having the opportunity to do that and having the luxury of, having another amateur event when all of our amateur careers are close to over is pretty cool.
With your U.S. Amateur runner-up finish, John, one of the perks is an invitation to the Masters. Now, with that tournament currently postponed, what's your plan as of right now for the rest of 2020?
Well, I think there's a lot of unknowns, and that's just the simple truth for everybody. I think that we're all trying to kind of figure it out and hopefully get some answers soon. But as of right now, I really can't speak to a concrete plan. I hope to be back and playing golf. I know we all hope to be back playing golf pretty soon, and once some things start kind of happening, and then I'll be able to kind of outline a plan and figure that all out. But at the moment, I think we're all a little bit lost and just kind of trying to stay safe and healthy and kind of get through this.
Well, John, Alan, and Dan, we congratulate you on the honor. Wish you all the best in July. And there you have it. The American team has been officially announced with all 24 players representing the U.S. on July 3rd through 5th in the Arnold Palmer Cup at Lahinch Golf Club in Ireland, which as of now is scheduled to be played. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Steve Burkowski with your Golf Central Update.